Hey everyone, welcome back to the garden. So in today's video we are going to plant up some stuff. We're going to plant the Oh So Easy Italian ice roses. We're going to plant the Invincibelle wee white hydrangeas in the cat's pajamas. Catmint we had gotten ages ago. They've been sitting around since early April, so it's time. Also going to plant all the broalia we just bought at Gross Plant Farm. So I know people are looking forward to seeing that Thin Man bed come alive. And you know, we're going to get there this week, but we have some plants that have just been sitting around for way too long that need to get in the ground. So that's why we're starting off first with plants rather than transplanting. And sometimes it's good to wait because the Oh So Easy Italian ice roses have found their way into a different bed. I'm looking at them right now and they actually look so pretty. You know, originally they were supposed to go in the bed around our Velcro doors. We're kind of redoing that area over there. And in one of my just latest videos, I had mentioned that I'm not sure that they're actually going to work there because the blue kazoo spirea is just really big, and I don't think the ice roses can compete. So waiting a while to plant those actually made us rethink things and find a different spot for them that I actually think is better. So waiting in this case was advantageous. A part of the garden got a makeover of sorts a little bit, and they just look really nice. So come garden with us today and let's finally get some things planted. So this is where I've placed all of our new broalia. We have 3 over here, and then we have 3 over here. It's not exact on each side. It's not a mirror because this side, the berry poppins, isn't quite so large, whereas on that side I cannot get the broalia on the outside of the strong box because the berry poppins is quite large, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna dig holes and get these in real quick. I planted everything slightly high because we still have to come here and mulch, so I don't want to bury the root balls too deeply and then come along and mulch and they'll be buried even more. I'm just going to get the other 3 planted real quick and I'll show you what it looks like in the end. Okay, we got the other 3 planted. 1, 2, 3. So there's 6 on each side now. I think that looks really pretty, with everything else planted over here. And as I said, these are not in the exact formation, but we still have 6 over here. So there's the new addition, and 2 over here brightening up the shady side. Task 1 down. Now I think the next thing I'm gonna do is get the Oh So Easy Italian ice roses in there and that new boxwood that I bought. I don't know if I showed you that or not. So let's go down there and look at that and talk about that. I think I'd mentioned that I might want to buy that from work. We had one left. I think that's going to look nice here. Green pillar boxwood. We've already got the hole, obviously, because that's where the Pinky Winky hydrangea came out of, so that should be pretty easy for me to get in. And the Oh So Easy Italian ice roses are going to go here. I feel like we need to build this up a little bit, so we're going to use some of the bags of topsoil that we bought for the Thin Man bed. We might not need quite as much there. My husband is putting all the dirt from edging there, but even if we do, we can always buy more bags. This is more immediate right here. I want to get the oldest plants in first, and I do feel like this needs to be built up a little bit. And and I can probably use some of that soil to fill in the holes too. So we're just fooling around with our new toy. This is the power planter auger. Well, this is the drill with the extension and the 8-inch tip. I think at some point I might invest in a smaller tip too, just to help us plant some smaller stuff. But right now we have so many large cans to plant and larger plants to transplant that I thought this would be the most helpful. See how well it does in rocky soil. Kind of just testing it. I think the extension makes it a little too big, maybe. Definitely quicker. We're just preparing. We'll have to move a couple of things for the hydrangeas to go in. So I already dug up, there was a Melba Higgins Aguilegia that was growing here. It had self-seeded itself because we have 3 of them here. So I put it over here. We're going to plant the Carex Feather Falls right here. So that's what we're using the auger for. This is our first test of it. And then we need to move this little Aguilegia. That's going to come down here because I think I've showed you this before. The hydrangeas and the Catmint are going to come at the edge of this bed. So actually I don't think we need to move anything. Except maybe for these. I'm not sure if these are Oriental lilies or Asiatic lilies, but this particular one might need to move. And then we have a lot of weeds to get rid of. There's actually some Verbena bonariensis that has seeded itself in here as well from over on the patio. And I think I might leave it. I might regret that decision later, but if we can, you know, we'll see. If the auger digs it up, then the auger digs it up. But this is a Verbena bonariensis. That's a Verbena bonariensis. There's another one over there, so... But how did it help?
Yeah, I created a quicker hole. I mean, I just have to clean up. There is definitely some rocks that it just didn't go through.
So it's still not going through the big rocks. But if it speeds up the process a little bit, I consider that a success.
We have a drainage pipe coming through here, and I just made sure I didn't want to go too deep and that we hit it.
Well, I think you're going too deep anyway.
Well, I know.
Carex is pretty root bound. We did buy this quite a while ago. I think when we bought our second batch of annuals at Black Creek Greenhouse. So that's why we're trying to get this stuff in first. It's been sitting around in pots. We just want to get it done. So let me show you the tag for this. This is Carex Feather Falls. Japanese sedge. Is that? I can never tell if this is focusing. So it's, I'll just read it to you when my husband does that. 12 to 18 inches high, 18 to 24 inches wide. It can take sun to shade. Blooms late spring, summer. I didn't buy, obviously we don't buy grasses for the flowers. It's cascading. They like shady locations. So once the Tokyo Tower fringe tree here grows a little bit bigger, it will receive some shade. USDA zones 5 through 9, average to rich fertility soil, using woodland gardens, rock gardens, mixed borders, containers, or as an edging. So obviously we are just using it in a mixed border here. I think grasses, even if you just have one specimen as we have here, they always add a little bit of I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. They just add something really, really graceful to a garden. So we're working on the spacing. We got most of what we needed to get moved. Planted the Carex, got this columbine and this columbine moved from where that catmint is. So I think we got the spacing right here. Trying not to have to move anything unnecessarily, but I do feel like these lilies here, they're going to get nicked by the auger. So not exactly sure where we're going to move them, but I think they're going to need to be moved. And we have a daffodil right next to this hydrangea. See that down there, the old foliage. So we're just going to move that right here. And then I think that spacing is okay. So it goes catmint, and I know the catmint they've been hanging around for a long time, so they do not look the best. Actually, the hydrangeas look a heck of a lot better than they did a few weeks ago, which is great. So we've kept them nicely. So it's catmint, hydrangea, catmint, hydrangea, catmint, hydrangea, catmint. And we managed to get away without moving a lot of stuff. I really thought we were going to have to move the Veronica. Glad we didn't, because it looks full right off the bat, and it does look really kind of like a cottage garden. So for our rocky soil, you can see the auger has definitely sped up the process. It has not solved all of the problems. It's definitely catching still on all of our rocks, and my husband has to go through and then finish digging the holes with a shovel anyway. So yes, you can use this in rocky soil, but it's not going to let you zip along quickly like, you know, you see some other gardening channels using their auger and they're just zip, 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 zip. Not in Pennsylvania anyway.
Not in southeast Pennsylvania.
It does break the soil up nicely though when it's slightly damp like it is right now. I did try using it earlier when we were doing the Carex feather falls. It was a little bit much for me to handle, and it's heavy, but it's not over heavy. But it is, once you hit a stone, even a small one, there's definite tension there, and it was a little bit too much for me to handle. Now maybe with a smaller size auger, if I want to get a small one for like quart size containers, maybe next year when we plant our annuals again, we'll see. But like I said, it's definitely sped the process up. It has not 100% solved our hours-long digging process. Okay guys, so we got all the Catmint and the Hydrangeas in, and I'm really glad that we did not remove the Veronica, because if we did, it would be very bare in here, and it looks really pretty this year. Now it will need to be cut back at some point, because it does end up looking a little ratty towards the end of the season. But you can see the beautiful pink Queen of Sweden roses look really pretty against the purple of the Veronica. The Echinopsis will bloom in a few weeks. Catmint doesn't look all that great because it's been sitting around for so long, but there's one there. Wee white hydrangea, another Catmint there, another wee white hydrangea, another Catmint, another wee white hydrangea, and another Catmint. Mission accomplished here, I think. And when we did get the two, I don't know if I even want to show them to you, they look really bad. The two lupins, there's one all the way down there and one there. Hopefully you saw that. They're the West Country Salmon Star lupins. I'll show you the tag. They're really pretty. Again, they've been sitting around in the containers for a little bit too long, so I cut them way back. Lupins don't bloom all summer anyway, but when they do bloom there with the pink of the roses and the purple of the Veronica, everything's going to look so gorgeous there next year. Okay, last project. We're going to get these 3 Italian ice roses in and the boxwood. We just need to take a break for a bit, get out of the sun. So this is the green pillar boxwood. This is what we're going to be planting over here in this hole. It is full sun to part shade, moderate water, hardy in zones 5 through 9, 10 feet tall by 2 feet wide, nice dark green foliage, fertilize in spring before new growth begins. So I just gave it some water because it does look like it's been sitting in the container for a while at the nursery. The I don't know if you could tell on camera, but the tag is quite faded. But that's okay. I'm glad I found it out in the shrub lot because I got it before they raised the price.
I think.
Well, it's quite root bound, so I'm going to break those roots up a little bit. All I have is this, so with me at the moment. Tag team in this. We're both really hot and tired by this point. Planted it really high here because obviously we still need to come around and mulch. Boxwoods do not like wet soil, and in times of extreme rain events like tropical storms, this bed will be underwater. We do have a drainage under the deck there. There's a drainage line full of drainage rock, so it drains pretty quickly, but I think this green pillar is going to look really nice here. This is also the bed where the wee bit innocent hydrangeas are going to go, because I think these strongbox are coming out. They're getting a little bit too much shade at this time of the year, in the active growing season, so I feel like they'll be better off up front. The boxwood is taller so that it can reach up for the sun, if that makes sense. So the Wee Bit Innocent will do better here because they'll appreciate a little bit of shade. Now we need to build this bed up a little bit with some topsoil before we plant the ice roses. We got some nice dark compost down to build that bed up a little bit, because it has lost quite a bit of soil, quite a bit of volume in the last, well, 2020 and 2021. We had 3 tropical storms and a hurricane come through here, and 2 or 3 times this area was underwater. So a lot of it just washes down over there towards the Dry Creek bed. Property kind of slopes a little bit that way. And this bed was never built up high enough to my liking anyway, so now we are just going to build it up a little bit. And I brought the 3 Wee Bit Innocents out just so you can see kind of where they're going to go. I think, like I said in a previous video, the Penstemon digitalis needs to come out. I think we're going to bunch these 2 alliums together there where the Penstemon is. Strongbox will come out, and then the 3 Wee Bit Innocent will go in there. The bed is going to be extended slightly. When my husband edges to do the mulch, we're going to extend the bed out slightly. And I do think we're going to put 3 more boxwoods back there instead of Strongbox. Probably the new gen Freedom or Independence. I think the Freedom is the one that gets a little bit taller, because I just don't want to keep as much winter interest in this bed as I can. Guys, the Oh So Easy Italian ice roses are in. I'm really pleased with how everything turned out today. Look how gorgeous they are. And I can't wait for the completion of this bed, because I think it's going to look so pretty with all the green of the boxwoods, the little Wee Bit Innocent hydrangeas with their pretty pink blooms, pale pink blooms, which is why I like them so much. So thanks for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Let's just finish up with a close-up shot of one of these roses. How beautiful. Bye.